Welcome to Culture Screen, where we analyze culture. In this episode, we are summarizing the first episode from Season 1 of the Ozark series titled Sugarwood. In the beginning, we are introduced to Marty Bird, a financial advisor. Marty is speaking to the viewer as the narrator. He discusses how the need for money can lead us toward making certain choices in life. We see him taking a cooler full of money with him on a boat and down the lake. Once we snap out of the voiceover, we see Marty was actually giving advice to two young clients he is advising. We see Bruce Liddell, Marty's partner, interrupts him and sees he is watching porn. Bruce dismisses the clients and takes Marty to look at an office building where they discuss their goals and current escapades. Bruce hands Marty a brochure and suggests they invest in some land on the shoreline of Missouri called Lake of the Ozarks. In another scene, we see Marty eating with his wife Wendy and his two kids, Charlotte and Jonah. Charlotte says she would like to help a school friend by donating $10 to her because she is suffering from psoriasis. Marty does not give her the $10, arguing that she needs to first learn the value of money before she can give it away to someone. We also see Marty watching the same porn video again on his computer. Later on, we see him imagining picking up a prostitute and having sex with her, but in reality he is merely fantasizing about it. Moments later, Bruce calls Marty because Camino del Rio, a member of the Navarro Mexican cartel, has reached out to him. Marty and Bruce launder money for Del, and he has requested they meet up with him at a certain warehouse. Once they arrive at the warehouse, Del accuses them of having stolen money from him, totaling $5 million. Once he accuses them, he tells them a story about an employee who once stole from him. Del asks Marty and Bruce what they would do if they were in his shoes. They respond by saying that they would let the worker off with a warning. However, Marty insults Del, and Del responds by killing Bruce's fiancée. Del and his men throw the body in acid and it dissolves. Del then kills the warehouse owners for playing their role in the theft. After this, Del manages to get a confession out of Bruce. Bruce confesses to having stolen a total of $8 million from Del and that Marty did not know about it. Del immediately kills Bruce and then goes off to kill Marty. At this moment, Marty begins to beg for his life and wants to speak to his children. As Del begins to raise his gun at Marty, Marty sells Del on the Ozarks property idea he saw on the brochure from when he was speaking to Bruce. As Del points the gun directly at Marty's head, we see Marty remembers a fun time where his wife was spraying water on their trampoline for their children to play in. In the end, Del decides to let Marty live in exchange for a total of $500 million laundered over the course of 5 years, as well as the $8 million Bruce stole from him. Remember, I am summarizing the entire Ozark series, so subscribe and click on the notification bell to be reminded when I upload the next episode. I will be reviewing other TV shows and movies as well, so let me know what your favorite TV show and movie is so I can summarize it in the future. Doing these two things helps my channel out tremendously. Thank you for your support. Wendy, Marty's wife, tries to convince him that he should instead go to the police, as she thinks this could help him get out of this situation with Del. Marty knows he is in a dangerous spot and begins gathering the payment he is going to make to Del instead. The first thing Marty does is liquidate his business and personal accounts. In another scene, we see Marty talking to a private investigator named Bob Lilly. Marty suspects his wife is cheating on him and asks Bob to find out some information on her. Bob tells Marty that the man she is having an affair with is called Gary Sugarwood Silverberg. Bob also tells Marty that Wendy and Sugarwood meet up 2 times a week. While they are speaking, Marty receives a text stating his bank account has been emptied out by his wife. Marty asks Bob for Sugarwood's address and he heads over to track down his wife. When Marty arrives, we see Del is already upstairs with his assistant. They are all waiting for Wendy. As Marty heads to where Sugarwood is, we see Sugarwood is thrown from the 80th floor Marty was heading up to, landing just inches away from Marty. Marty is immediately in shock and runs to his car, taking off in a panic. Moments later, Marty receives a phone call from Del. Dell asks him why his wife has a cashier's check made out for his money. Marty tells Dell that this is the first time he caught his wife stealing and that he should fire her instead. Dell chooses to leave Wendy alive. We see Marty needs $7,000 to make the initial down payment he promised Dell. Unable to find the last $7,000, Dell offers to take his minivan in exchange. Dell takes the $7,000 from the value of the van and gives Marty the $20,000 left over. Dell reminds Marty that he has until the summer to pay off the $8 million. And in the end, we see he gives back Marty all of the cash he had him generate. It was all a test in the end. In the last scene, we see two FBI agents, Trevor Evans and Roy Petty, taking out the wiretaps they planted in Bruce's apartment. Roy starts tracking Marty. As Marty and his family are driving down a road, Marty stops, telling his family that he needs to pee. He walks away and begins to cry desperately, fearing the mess and the level of violence he has just entered his entire family into. He continues walking and stares out toward the lake of the Ozarks. His family soon joins him and they all stare in the same direction. That was episode 1, titled Sugarwood. To watch the next episode summary, click on the link in the description or at the end of this video. If you enjoyed this summary, consider clicking like, as this goes a long way toward helping me grow this channel. I'll see you on the next one.
More shoreline than the whole coast of California.
We upload new videos every week, so subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to hit the like button as well. Click the notification bell to be notified of when we upload these videos. See you on the next episode of Culture Screen.